Okay, this is a really bad intro, but basically in my last vlog, it accidentally turned into a little plant collection tour. It was too long, it was too boring, so I just thought I'd cut the plant section into a part 2. So that's what this is. It's not that interesting. I'm just like, genuinely, even now looking back, I'm like, so many things have changed. Like, I was saying so many things wrong, but I just thought if anyone was interested in looking at my plant collection, then here it is. Basically, I bought this soil from Wilco that was like, where is it? Oh no, I put it out. Oh shit. Oh, I put it outside and then it rained. Okay, doesn't matter. I hated that compost. It was made from like cocoa. It had perlite, but it was saying that it was like a potting mix, but you just add water and expand. Now thinking about it, that's obviously cocoa, which I also have, and I love that stuff. But this was supposed to be a potting mix, but now I'm starting to think like maybe it wasn't meant to be the main potting mix because I don't like it. Okay, you know what? I'll just give you a little plant tour while I'm at it. That is my Monstera monkey moss. I'm so embarrassed because I can't pronounce. I know the names, I just can't pronounce them. It's my Monstera adansonii. I decided to let it hang and put it in a hanging pot, but I did pot that one with the bad soil. I don't think this particular plant is very sensitive, so it's fine. And then I have a Hoya, which I actually had never even seen or heard of this plant. I just saw it on the website and I was like, I want a hanging plant. And then I have a string of pearls, which I'm really excited to propagate because I want to do that thing where you like, I'm gonna be using really like not technical terms right now because I don't really know the technical terms. I want to cut it up into little pieces and root them in sphagnum moss and like make little like moss balls and like terrariums with a string of hearts, because I've seen other people do it, and I've seen someone in particular do one that was really pretty, but it was a really long time ago. I watched this video, I can't remember, but I think it was Benji Plant. But then I recently also watched another video used propagation to make like a bushier string of hearts. So yeah, and I've just hung them from my light fixtures. I actually don't really know how to take care of these plants, so if anyone knows, let me know. And then here I have this. It's basically just a bigger Monstera adansonii or monkey mask. Although, stop notifications. Basically, the website didn't say it was a monkey mask, and it didn't use the name adansonii. It actually said monkey face or something. It was like something different. It was like monkey something else, but it's usually called monkey mask. So I'm wondering if it's like maybe some kind of different version of the adansonii, because it has like bigger leaves. It literally could just be the same thing. I tried to Google it, I couldn't find anything except that it seems to be the same thing. I'm reading about it now. It wasn't monkey face, it was monkey leaf. Apparently a new form of the ever popular Swiss cheese plant, blah 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 blah. So I think it is a different, like it's in the same family or genus as the adansonii. And maybe it just like looks really similar compared to other versions like the obliqua and the escalito and like the Peru one. I don't know, there's like loads of different versions that have slightly different like leaf shapes, so this must be one of them. So it's not even adansonii. I don't really understand it because it's got like loads of like stems. Do you like my monkey mask? I know you like it. She's like, oh, please get away from me. It's just got a load of stems, and like some of the stems don't even have leaves. All of the leaves are coming from like the front here, and then the back here has like all these stems that literally don't have leaves until the very top. Now we are onto this part of my home. Okay, let me go through this with you guys. Oh, there's some like rubbish here. There's some plants that I originally already had, but I repotted a lot of them. This was like 2 days ago, right? And the soil is still really moist. This is my alocasia elephant ear. I've ordered some alocasia soil, like from Soil Ninja. I'm worried that if I repot it again so soon, it's gonna get re-disturbed. She's taken a lot of damage, basically. So I think she can probably handle some more. I've got this little... Okay, I've learned my lesson with this box because when I first got into plants, I used this like kind of clear box to create humidity for my smaller plants. Well, at that time I basically only had small plants. I was a bit silly. I think I was trying to like save some plants, like I was trying to propagate some nodes. I don't know why I thought it'd be so easy, which it really wasn't. I haven't propagated anything. Well, actually no, I have, but easy stuff. I put the lid on at that time. They grew mold and it was really sad because before that they had actually been putting out tiny little leaves. So I've learned my lesson and not putting the lid on, trying to allow for airflow. Some of them were getting a bit like waterlogged, I think. They've been kind of just living in like dark, damp conditions. So for example, oh my god, this Chinese evergreen, it's an aglaonema, but I don't know the name of this one, like cherry something maybe, I don't know. I got her with a few leaves. These are new leaves, right? These two are both new leaves, but all the old leaves, literally like every time a new leaf came, an old leaf would fall off. I'm not talented with aglaonemas, unfortunately. They're just a bit too difficult for me. This is a satin pothos. These pothos should be like the easiest plants to take care of and grow. It's only got 3 leaves. Is that one coming or is... Yeah, there's one coming. To be fair, I did get this plant already kind of damaged and I was trying to save it, but I neglected it slightly because I had other plants that I liked better. This one is a blushing philodendron and it's so tiny. And to be fair, I got it as a baby plant. It was one of my first plants. I think the leaf that was trying to grow out got damaged, so I thought I had to prune it back, but I'm not sure if I did it in the right location. To be honest, I probably didn't. I really hope I hope this somehow grows a new leaf, but it's okay. These 4 are new. This one is a variegated Adansonii. I'm really, really scared that I'm going to kill it. I just got it like a couple of days ago. It's so beautiful. I really don't think I take care of baby plants very well. This is a tricolour syngonium, which is so pretty. I'll show you the difference between this one and my pink splash. One second. My pink splash that I already had. I have huge success with syngonium for some reason. They might just be really easy. I had 2 of these and I literally killed them by mistake because I put them in the bathroom. They were doing really well, but then I put them right next to the radiator. My mum turned it on and then all the leaves died, literally except like 2. I cut all the dead things off and it was literally like 2 stems, and now it's grown really bushy again and I'm really happy. Then I have this, which I mistakenly thought it was a gloriosum, but it's actually a glorious, which is a cross between the philodendron gloriosum and the philodendron mellocris something. You know what, I'll put it in the description or something. I bought everything on Facebook Marketplace, well these 4 from the same person, and I only went to buy those 2. She was moving away and she had so many plants, so I also got the glorious because I really like philodendrons, and it's currently rooting in sphagnum moss. And then she gave me this for free because I bought so many plants from her. It is a philodendron scandens Brazil. Must be a propagation. I didn't ask her, but it must be because it has a massive leaf, but it's so small. Okay, now this one I'm kind of upset about. To be fair as well, I think I also got... I think they were actually doing really well. Like I got 2 rescues but then split them up because they were growing really well. I ended up with like 2 baby plants and 1 mother plant. When I checked the roots, they were not doing well. Actually, they were terrible. I think it had root rot. I'm not sure. The roots just didn't look good. It didn't necessarily look rotten, but I also don't have that much experience and I just wanted to be safe. So instead I cut it all up, basically like little sections with like the nodes. I've tried to stick into like a mixture of soil and sphagnum moss and just hope that it roots. If not, it's okay, but I'll be a bit sad. You know, I'm still learning things. I don't know that much about plants and I'm just a bit worried that I'm just gonna make mistakes in fear. When you get more anxious about things, not getting enough water, then you end up overwatering, or like might overwater it, so then you end up with a fucking thirsty plant. Like that's gonna be me. This is literally what we're working with here. I do not have a plant mister, so I literally use my selfie queen mug spritz. We talked about the allocation, let's move that aside. I'm really not happy with the soil. The soil that it was in before was actually really good. Should have reused it, but I think I reused like a lot of it. Like half this pot is the original soil. It's gonna be so moist that it's gonna be too compact and like damage the roots. Moving along, this is a variegated monstera alba that I just got. I actually didn't mean to get this. I actually went to look at the Thai constellation and it's beautiful, but this leaf has curled this way, I think because of the way the seller had the light. I need to wait for it to acclimatize to my flat before I can change its positioning, so it's gonna be bent over a bit like that. Basically, the guy was selling one for 150. It looked the same on the listing, but then I arrived and this one was like a lot bigger, more like, what's it called? Fenestrations? The holes that are called something that I think I'm pronouncing wrong. Fenestrations? Something like that. He said that this one had more stable roots, but this one was being sold for 200. I was like, I really can't afford that, but I also don't want to buy an expensive plant and for it to not be that good. Not to be that good, but like I really understand the price per se of like rare expensive plants, unless they are so established and mature that it's like someone's been growing this and I'm paying the premium to have a stable plant. I ended up getting this one that I haggled to 190, still out of my budget. But then he also he was like, I hate this plant, I just bought it. Oh yeah, he said that he imported the Thai constellations from Indonesia like 5 years ago and they cost like £500 each at that time. I was like, because I kept being like, 200, that's so expensive. And he was like, what do you mean I bought them for 500? He was saying something about how when you import plants, like he imported like loads of them, like 20 plants. Obviously 5 years ago it would have been like a lot younger. Actually, maybe not 5 years ago. I think he was saying beginning of the pandemic or something. I can't remember. The prices were like really high back then. I wasn't into plants back then, but judging from like YouTube videos and like articles, he bought like 20 plants and like half of them died in transit, which is why he bought 20 plants. So I was like, why are you selling them? Why don't you just like grow them and like propagate them? And he showed me his plants and they were a lot, like they were beautiful. He just didn't have space for these ones and they weren't as good. But then, so he said he's trying to get rid of this alba, but he just bought it. And I was like, oh, why? And he was like, I literally just bought it because there was some sale and I just wanted to see the quality of the UK ones and they're shit. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was saying like, but I guess I can still make money from it. So he had been air layering. I've changed the plastic because the bags that he had were like kind of too big. He was gonna do some cuttings. He was saying like the variegation was so bad, like I bought this for £70 because it was on sale. And I was like, £70? I literally just bought one for £70, but it hasn't arrived yet. It's the one I bought, like the big pink princess, and also a £70 monstera alba because they were just having a huge sale. Okay, like I was stupid. Okay, I probably really should call them up and say I can't afford it right now, but now I've just spent money on these plants. And I was like, where did you get it from? And I was like, was it this website? Turns out we bought the same product from the same shop. Mine hasn't arrived yet. And he was saying the variegation was really bad, like bad quality. So he really didn't like it, didn't want it in his home. And I was like, oh, well, I'll take it for blah, 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 all in. And he was like, no, that's too low. And I was like, oh, but you don't want it anyway. I personally don't mind if the variegation is like bad or whatever, because I don't really think that I'm experienced enough to be picky with my plants. Like I kind of feel like I should practice on plants that like aren't perfect and that I wouldn't be so upset to lose, and that didn't cost so much money. That's why I wanted the plant, even though I actually already bought the same plant. If that one was 190, then this was 40. I actually never propagated like something like this before, but I want to learn. I'd probably kill myself if I bought like a £200 plant, tried to propagate it, and then it died. These are the aerial roots that stick out, but I cut one of them because I don't know, the end was a bit like wrinkled. Maybe maybe that was the wrong thing to do. I don't think it's that ugly. I think it's really pretty actually. Look at this. Look at that. Maybe it's because he just had like a really beautiful fancy half moon one, but oh well. I'm not sure what medium that I'm gonna propagate into yet, but I've also heard that you can propagate with just perlite. I'm really scared to do just water because I'm really worried about root rot. I don't think I'm very lucky with hydroponics and always forget to change the water. It just grows algae and just looks bad. Isn't this basket so cute? I was in Brixton. I just found it on sale in Brixton Market. Oh, how cute. It's my normal Monstera deliciosa. I don't know why I'm doing a whole plant tour. I was not planning to do this. I was planning to tidy my house. I had one smaller scale Monstera deliciosa from Sainsbury's. It only cost like £7. It was so good. But I was a bit stupid. And basically one of the leaves like got ripped by someone who used to be in my house. I think like it had like ripped off, like it wasn't just like a tear. I think I chopped it off like not in the right place, so like too far down the node or something. But I was so lucky because another node literally grew. Oh my god, I have to show you. Then I got another Monstera, and this Monstera had like what is this typical Monstera shape called? I don't know. These 3 big leaves, they're from the second Monstera that I bought from like some literally on the street. It was like some flower stall on the street, but they had them for like so cheap. I can't remember, like £10, maybe less. Oh, and then the other day I repotted this one, the one that I got from the street. That one was in a tiny freaking pot and it had like really bad soil. I repotted it, taking only the big leaves from both plants. I think this and this, they're together. They're like one thing with the same roots. This is the node that literally I just freaking, actually no, I think it's somewhere here. I cut it and it literally grew a new node. And look, the leaf is literally has grown from that node. I'm so happy. The smaller leaves I repotted over there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. So this is a Syngonium Neon Robusta, the pink one. A lot of new leaves haven't opened because it's in this terracotta pot. I think it needs watering more than my other plants, but I never water it. It's fine. I'm now trying my best. This one, oh, I've wanted this plant for so long. I have no idea how to take care of it. I also got this from the same lady that gave me those little plants in there. I wanted it for a while, but I think it's relatively expensive, and then I think it's relatively harder to take care of. So I didn't get one, but she sold it to me like quite cheap and I trusted her. My beautiful pink princesses. Okay, they don't look that beautiful right now. I don't know why. She's been through, okay, so they've been through some trauma together. This one was my first one. Oh my god, oh, I wish the lighting was a bit better. Should I turn it? Because I feel like you can't see that. I feel like you can't see the pinkness as much. You know what, never mind. I got it maybe with 4 or 5 leaves because one died. Okay, I remember now. Oh my god, this leaf. It was the most perfect half moon, half pink, half green leaf. It was so perfect. Oh my god, I'm so sad. You guys will actually hate me if I say the reason that the leaf died. After knowing that these plants like humidity, I decided that the best idea would be to put it next to my rice cooker while the rice was cooking, because I know that the steam comes out the rice cooker. But it wasn't like right next to it. It was just kind of nearby. I thought the steam would kind of like mist up the surrounding. But yeah, the heat burned my half moon leaf. And the pink went brown. I think I would have had to cut off the pink bit, and I just preferred to just cut off the whole leaf, so I did. The reason why some part of this plant is so leggy is because there were 2 leaves that basically just never unfurled, and I just didn't have enough experience with the philodendron pink princess to know the leaves have a habit of like kind of going like that, like they get stuck. But I didn't realize it was stuck. I was like, what's going on? There were 2 leaves that choked themselves. The last leaf that came out, it was ages ago. It was literally like months ago. That one was a bit stuck, which is why I had to help it out, and then the tip kind of broke. But yeah, it came out so small that I was really worried that another leaf was not going to be able to come out, and it's been ages. But then I had the sudden idea, what if I try and increase humidity around just the leaf part? You know, the thing that the leaf is meant to come out of, I don't know what's called. I air layered it, like I wrapped sphagnum moss around it. I think I just did it today. And look, it's a really small leaf because this leaf came out really small, but it's coming out. This one, I'm actually gonna propagate it. She's just gonna propagate like the top part and then the part where 2 leaves died. Hopefully that will encourage some top growth from the mother plant. This one is very bushy because first of all, it was 2 plants. I've now potted them together. I got these from the garden center. Which leaf is that? The one, this leaf. Oh my god, the back of this leaf is pink. What? I didn't even see that before. That's so cool. This one is 2 plants, so it has 2 growth points. But since using the grow light and increasing humidity, this one is like kind of attempting to come out. This one, I haven't checked it yet. I'm worried that, like, I don't know, I might accidentally do something wrong, so I might just like take it out now. It was kind of more of an experiment to see if I could increase the humidity around the leaves. Yeah, okay. So since doing that, it's coming out more. Look, like that is literally gonna be so hard for it to unfurl. I think in general, if this plant grows higher, it's gonna look very beautiful because it's so bushy. That's why I want to propagate my other one. Oh, actually, they both look nice. One's like kind of like short and fat, and one's like tall and thin. Maybe I'll just finish putting stuff in the bin and I'll end this video. I need to wash my hands from soil. I could actually talk more, but I think my brain's getting a bit messy and it's getting a bit late. What time is it actually? I don't really know because I'm taking a video. I have to do so much tomorrow. I think I have to go hand over stuff at work, do those forms that I really don't want to do. Okay, I'll also write a list. Go into work to hand over. I'll print stuff for my forms that I need to print. I will do my forms, wash my bed sheets. I can't remember what else I'm doing tomorrow. I think I have plans, but I forgot it. Oh yeah, I've got new growth on my orchid flower, my aloe vera. Oh, I had to use that because I had a burn on I burnt my head with my curling iron. And then here, my friend gave me this like propagation thing for Christmas. I've just put these Fittonia cuttings from my terrarium, which overgrew. Oh wait, I can show you that as well. That's my terrarium. I actually expected it to be a piece of shit. Like genuinely, when I was in my terrarium era, literally bought like a bunch of jars, activated charcoal at the bottom, and some sphagnum moss. I put like some Fittonia cuttings, like literally so tiny, like I didn't think they would root. The moss was dried and it literally like, I think it grew some live moss. Some of the Fittonia leaves were literally like rotting because they were getting like trapped there, so I had to trim it. And my other terrariums, I think like I accidentally knocked one of them over, which was really bad of me. She's back where she belongs. All my plants. Oh, I really need to set up that cat thing. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh wait, I have a mirror here. I can just say bye-bye in this mirror. So, if anyone watched this, which maybe you didn't, and that's completely fine. Thanks for watching and listening to my little one-person therapy session and my plant collection. Kind of turned, this was not meant to be anything. I was just gonna talk to my camera, but it ends up being a plant tour. So I guess thanks for watching my plant tour. Bye!